The following is a list of ethnic slurs, ethnophilisms, or ethnic epithets that are or have been used as insinuations or allegations about members of a given ethnic, national, or racial group, or to refer to them in a derogatory, pejorative, or otherwise insulting manner. Some of the terms listed below can be used in casual speech without any intention of causing offense. Others can be considered so offensive that they can reasonably be expected to be met with violence by those they are directed at. The connotation of a term and prevalence of its use as pejorative or neutral descriptor varies over time and by geography. For the purpose of this list, an ethnic slur is a term designed to insult others on the basis of race, ethnicity, or nationality. Each term is listed followed by its country or region of use, a definition, and a reference to that term. Ethnic slurs may also be produced as a racial epithet by combining a general purpose insult with the name of ethnicity. Common insulting modifiers include dog, pig, dirty, and filthy. Such terms are not included in this list. This list is in alphabetical order, and this is purely for educational purposes. Let us begin. A. Abby, Abe, Aby. Originating from the United States and Canada, this slur targets Jewish men. Originating before the 1950s, coming from the proper name Abraham. ABC. East Asia. ABC. Originating from East Asia, ABC targets American-born Chinese, Han, or other Chinese, including Taiwanese, born and raised in the United States. The term implies that otherness or lack of connection to their Chinese identity and usually Chinese language. However, it has been reappropriated by many Chinese Americans and used to convey positive connotations. ABCD. South Asians in the United States, American-born, confused Desi, Indian Americans, or other South Asian Americans who were born in the United States. Used chiefly by South Asian immigrants to imply confusion about cultural identity. Abid, plural. Originating from Middle East and North America, this slur targets black people, and it is simply the Arabic word for slaves. Abo is originating from Australia, and it targets Australian Aboriginal persons. Originally, this was simply an informal term for Aborigine, and it was in fact used by Aboriginal people themselves, such as in the Aboriginal-run newspaper Abo Call, until it started to be considered offensive in the 1950s. Although Abo is still considered quite offensive by many, the pejorative boong are now more commonly used when they intend to deliberate or offend, as that word's status as an insult is unequivocal. Afro-engineering, African engineering, or rigging. Originating from the United States to target African Americans, shoddy, second-rate, or unconventional makeshift workmanship indirectly refers to black American people as worse or lower valued than white American people when associating anything bad with them. Ah-cha, coming from Hong Kong to target South Asian people. From the Cantonese Yale, from Aka, meaning good or okay in Hindi. Alibaba, originating from the United States to target Iraqis, an Iraqi suspected of criminal activity. Alligator bait or gator bait, originating from the United States, chiefly the southern United States, used to target black people, especially black children. Dates from the early 20th century or before, implies that African Americans are good for nothing except being used as bait for alligators. Alpine Serb, originating from Serbo-Croatian, Alpski Serban, and ex-Yugoslavians. They are used to target people of Slovenian origin, and there is no proper definition for this term. Ama Lawu Ama Kuhi, originating from South Africa to target Khoishans and Cape Coloreds, or just simply Coloreds. Social words for Hottentot. Ang Mo, originating from Malaysia and Singapore to target European people, especially the Dutch. Hokkien for red hair, referring to Dutch people from the 17th century, and expanded to encompass other Europeans by the 19th century. It has become a neutral term, though it is sometimes seen as derogatory. Anne, originating from the United States and Canada to target white women, white acting black women. While Miss Anne, also just plain Anne, is a derisive reference to white women, it is also applied to any black woman who is deemed to be acting as though she is white. Annamite or mites. Originating from the French and English, it is used to target Vietnamese people, and there is no specific definition. 8. Originating from the United States to target black people, referring to outdated theories ascribing cultural differences between racial groups as being linked to their evolutionary distances from chimpanzees, with which humans share common ancestry. Apple. Originating from the United States and Canada to target Native Americans, first used in the 1970s, someone who is red on the outside, white on the inside, used primarily by other Native Americans who indicate someone who has lost touch with their cultural identity. Arapus, or Greek Arapus. Origin known for this slur, except that it targets black people and Arabs, and there is no specific definition. Arabush or Aravush, used by Israelis to target Arabs. Arabs derived from the Hebrew Aravi or Arab. Argi or Argies, plural. Originating from the United Kingdom to target Argentine people, extensively used by the British soldiers during the Falkland Wars in 1982. Armo, used by the United States to target Armenian or Armenian Americans, especially used in Southern California. Asing or Asang, originating from Indonesia to target non-Indonesian people, especially Chinese people. Insult to non-Indonesian citizen from Asing that rhymed with Asang. This word is often directed at Chinese people due to Indonesian relationships with the PRC. Ashkenazi, originating from Israel to target Ashkenazi Jews. Pronounced as Ashkenazi, used mostly by Mizrachi Jews. Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jane, Aunt Mary, or Aunt Sally. Originating from the United States to target black women who kisses up to whites as a sellout or female counterpart of Uncle Tom. That does it for the A's. We are now moving on to the B's. Bachicha, originating from Chile to target Italian people, possibly derived from the Italian word Basicia, a nickname for Giambabbiano, originating from Brazil to target northeastern Brazilian people. A person born in Bahia, one of the 9 states in the northeast region of Brazil, as a slur, it refers generically to any northeastern people used mainly in Sao Paulo. The term is related to northeastern immigrants of the second half of the 20th century. Bambula, originating from France to target black people, there is no definition. Bambus, from Poland, to target black people, sometimes even Asian people. Literally, it means bamboo in Polish, but most probably it's derived from a popular children's poem, Mierznik Bambo, Banan, originating from Suriname, targets black people and people of African descent. Dutch banana, a slur that is used to refer to black people, people from African heritage. It derives from the color of a banana's skin, which is yellow or brown, and is therefore seen as an offensive way to describe black and colored people's skin color. Balija, originating from Turkey and the Balkans to target Bosnian people, an ethnic Bosniak or a member of the Bosnian diaspora. Banana, originating from the United States and Canada to target East or Southeast Asian people. Yellow on the outside, white on the inside, used primarily by East or Southeast Asians for other East or Southeast Asians or Asian Americans, who are perceived as assimilated into mainstream American culture, similar to apple. Banderite, originating from Poland to target Ukrainians. The term Banderite was used to refer to ultra-nationalist wing of the Organization of the Ukrainian Nationals. In reference to its leader, Stepan Bandera in Poland, the term Banderowiec is used in connection to the massacres of Poles in Volhynia by the UPA. The term became a crucial element of Soviet propaganda and was used as a pejorative description of Ukrainian nationalists, or sometimes Western Ukrainians or Ukrainian speakers. Today, the term is used in Russian propaganda to associate Ukrainian identity with Nazism. Barbarian, Greece. Barbarian, originating from Greece to target non-Greek people. Perceived to be either uncivilized or primitive. In ancient Greece, the Greeks who used the term towards those who did not speak Greek and follow classical Greek customs. Beaner or beanie, originating from the United States to target Hispanic or Latino people, especially Mexicans. The term originated from the use of frijoles pintos and other beans that can be generally found in Mexican food or other Hispanic and Latino foods. Bimbo, originating from German to target Africans, people with very dark skin in general. The origin of this term is disputed, but experts suggest that it either derives from the Central African town of Bimbo or from the former state of Bimbia, which was annexed by the German colony of Cameroon. Bing or Bingi, originating from Austria to target Aboriginal Australians. Bingi was originally an Aboriginal word for brother, later generalized to all Aboriginal Australians. Black buck, black brute, brown buck, or brown brute, originating from the United States to target black men. Originating in the post-Reconstruction United States, it was used to describe black men who absolutely refused to bend to the law of white authority and were seen as irredeemably violent, rude, and lecherous. Blackie, originating from English, used to target black people with no concise definition. Blatte, originating from Sweden, to target foreigners with dark skin. There is also no definition. Blue gum, originating from the United States to target African Americans, an African American perceived as being lazy and unwilling to work. Boche, Bosch, or Bosch, originating from France, the United States, and the United Kingdom, used to target German people. Shortened from the French term caboche d'or, meaning hardhead or cabbage head, with the influence of German surname Bosch. Boeotian, originating from the Athenians, targeting Boeotian Greek people, referring to the supposed stupidity of the inhabitants of the neighboring Boeotia region of Greece. Boerhater, or Boerhater, originating from South Africa and the United Kingdom, to target British people, referring to a person who hates, prejudices, or criticizes the Boers of Afrikaners, historically applied to British people who held anti-Boers sentiments. Bog-trotter, or bog trotter, originating from the United Kingdom, Ireland, and the United States, to target Irish people, a person of common or low-class Irish ancestry. Bogate, originating from Chile, to target Yugoslav people. The expression is said to come from the Yugoslav interjection boga tea. Bohunk, originating from the United States and Canada, targeting Bohemian people. A lower-class immigrant of Central, Eastern, or Southeastern European descent, originally referred to those of Bohemian descent. It was commonly used towards Central European immigrants during the early 20th century, probably from the Bohemian plus a distortion of Hungarian. See also the term hunky. Bolita, originating from Argentina, to target Bolivians. No current definition. Bong, originating from India, to target Bengali people. No exact definition. Boong, Boang, Bong, or Bung, originating from Australia, to target Aboriginal Australians. Bong, pronounced with a U, like the vowel in bull, is related to Australian English slang word bung, meaning dead, infected, or dysfunctional. From bung, to go bung, originally to die, then to break down, go bankrupt, or cease to function. The 1988 edition of the Australian National Dictionary gives its origin to the Wimba word for man or human being. However, Frederick Ludowick of the Australian National Dictionary Centre wrote in 2004 that bung, meaning dead, is not a Wiradjuri word, but may have been picked up or assumed from the word bung, which was originally a Yagara word, which was used in the pig den widely spoken across Australia in colonial times. Boonga, Boong, Bunga, or Boonie, originating from New Zealand, to target Pacific Islanders, likely derived from the similar Australian slur. Boinga, Bohoinga, originating from India, Myanmar, and Bangladesh, to target Bengali people. The word Boinga or Bohoinga comes from the Bengali language and is derived from the Pali word Bongia. It is used by the Assami, Burmese, Chakma, Rohingya, Silheti, Rangpuri, and Chittagonian people to refer to Bengalis in the Chittagong and Cox's Bazar districts of Bangladesh. Boinga or Bahoinga is used to describe Bengalis who are perceived as outsiders and are not part of the local community and cannot speak Chittagonia, I think. Bootlip, originating from the United States to target African American people, there is no specific definition. Boujnoul from France to target Arabian people, and there is no specific definition. Bounty bar, originating from the United Kingdom to target black people, a black person who is considered to be behaving like a white person, i.e. dark on the outside, white on the inside. Bosgor, originating from Romania to target Hungarian people, used especially on ones born in Romania, possibly derived from the Moldovan Sango dialect pronunciation of Boskor, meaning Opanak, a type of rustic footwear. Brillo pad, originating from the United States to refer to black people, used to refer to the hair of a black person. Brownie, originating from the United States and New Zealand and Australia, brown-skinned people, and Asians. In Australia, it was used for the Aboriginal Australian or someone Japanese. In New Zealand, a Maori. Buckwheat, originating from the United States to target black people. The name of a black character that appeared in Our Gang or Little Rascal short films. Today, it is used to refer to the curly hair of a black person. Buddha head, originating from the United States to refer to Asian people, also used by mainland Japanese Americans to refer to Hawaiian Japanese Americans since World War II. Bukra or Bakra, originating from the United States and West Indies, targeted white people from sub-Saharan African languages. No specific definition. Bulbash, originating from Russia and Ukraine, targeting Belarusians, derived from Belarusian word bulba or potatoes, based on the fact that potatoes are a very common ingredient in Belarusian cuisine. Bule, originating from Indonesia to target white people or foreigners, derived from an archaic Indonesian word for albino. Bombay, from the Philippines, targeting people from India, from Bombay. Burhead or Burhead, originating from the United States to target black people, referencing afro-textured hair. Bushies or Amadushi, from South Africa to target Khoishans. Historically used against the Khoisan people in South Africa, referring to their nomadic lifestyle and reliance on the bush for survival. That does it for the B's. We will now be moving on to the C's. Cabbage eater. No original location or origin, but targeted German and Russian people without any definition. Kanaka, originating from Chile, targets Chinese and Japanese people. Kanaka is a slur originating from Oceania. Camel jockey or camel dung shoveler. No location or origin, but targets Middle Eastern people without any meaning, origin, or note. Carcamano, originating from Brazil to target Italian people. Used during the 20th century during the second wave of Italian immigration to Brazil. Chakchaka, or baboon, originating from Israel to target Mizrahi Jews. An Israeli derogatory nickname that was common in the 20th century, the term is probably based on the accent immigrants from Islamic countries spoke. Chakma, from Bangladesh, targets Juma, Chinese, and Burmese people. The term Chakma comes from the name of an ethnic group known as Chakma and is used to refer to people with Mongoloid features in Bangladesh, especially Chinese, Burmese, and Indonesian groups from the Chittagong Hill Tracts. Chankoro, originating from Japan to target Chinese people. Japanese reference to a Chinese person, often given as either derived from Chinese Qing prisoner or Chinese person. Charlie, originating from the United States to target white Americans, used in the 1960s and 1970s, white people as a refined collection oppressor group, similarly to the man of the system. Also comes from the United States to target Vietnamese people. During the Vietnam War, slang term used by American troops as the shorthand term for Vietnamese guerrillas, derived from the verbal shorthand for Victor Charlie, the NATO phonetic alphabet for VC, or abbreviation for Viet Cong. The regular North Vietnamese army was referred to as Mr. Charles. China Swede, originating from the United States to target the Finns, derogatory term for Finnish immigrants to the United States, particularly in Minnesota and Michigan. Chi-Chi, or Chi-Chi, originating from South Asia, targeted Eurasian mixed race people, especially Anglo-Indians, probably derived from the Hindi Chi-Chi Fi, literally dirt. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys, originating from the United States to target French people. The term originated with a 1995 episode of The Simpsons. Shifur, from Slovenia, to target non-Slovenian people from former Yugoslavia, Serbs, Croats, Bosnians, Montenegrins, and Macedonians, without any definition. Sekwa, or Chekwa, originating from the Philippines to target Chinese Filipino people. Used in Filipino, Tagalog, and other Philippine languages, which derived it from the late 19th century Cebuano, Bisaya, Street Children's Limerick, Cebuano, Insik, Wakong, Kuan, Kalibang, Chinese laborer. I work, eat, and shit, where instinct, in sync is derived from the... This is just references, I'm not reading that. Chernozapi, originating from Russia to target indigenous people from the Caucasus, from Chechnya or Azerbaijan. meaning it means black arse in Russia. Chilote, originating from Argentina to target Chilean people. No specific definition. Chinaman, originating from the United States and Canada to target Chinese people. Used in the gold rush and railway construction eras in Midwestern United States when discrimination against the Chinese was common. Ching Chong, originating from China, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and the Philippines to target Chinese people, mocking the language of or a person of perceived Chinese descent. Chink, originating from China, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, and the Philippines to target East and Southeast Asians without any definition. Chinky, Chinky, Chonk, originating from China, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, and the Philippines to target East and Southeast Asians without definition. Chonky, without any origin or without any location of origin, it was used to target Asian people, refers to a person of Asian heritage with white attributes in either personality or appearance. Christ killer, without any specific origin, it is used to target Jewish people. It is an allusion to Jewish deceit. Chalk ice, without origin, used to target black people, a person who was figuratively black on the outside and white on the inside. Cholo, originating from Latin America and southwestern United States to target indigenous or mestizo people, may be derogatory depending on circumstances. Cholo also originates from Chile to target Bolivian people or Peruvian people, without definition. Chan or Bakachan, from Japan to target Korean people, without definition. Chow, originating from Australia to target Chinese people, used as early as 1864, but has very rare usage now. Chow mein, from India to target Chinese people and Northeast Indians, without definition. Chechmek or Chechmek, from Russia or Russian-speaking regions to target Middle or Central Asian people, in rare instances people from the Caucasus, in a now broader sense non-Russian and non-European looking people. From Chichimek, a derogatory term used by the Aztecs and other Mesoamericans to describe the Chichimecs as uncivilized, aggressive savages, similar to how the ancient Romans called Germanic tribes barbarians. This name, with its derogatory meaning, was later adopted and brought to Europe by Spanish conquerors. Chug, originating from Canada to refer to Canadian Aboriginal people. See Chugach for the native people. Chukhonets, originating from Russia to target Finnic people. Churka, originating from Russia to target Western and Central Asians, could mean either chalk of wood or ignorant person. Siapati, or Siapak, originating from Poland to target Middle Eastern, North African, South Asian, and Caucasian people, derived from the word chapati. Sigani forma, originating from Hungary to target persons with the combination of black hair with brown eyes, regardless of ethnicity. Used in 17th century Hungary, literal meaning is gypsy form. Shigani or Nepek, originating from Hungary, to target ethnic groups or nations where the combination of black hair with brown eyes is dominant. Used in the 17th century Hungary, literal meaning is gypsy folks. Siora, originating from Romania to target Romani people and black people, means crow. Sina or Koken, originating from Indonesia to target Chinese people. Used in media that has since been banned since 2014 under Kepris. The Kepris even bans use of China in media and formal use within Indonesia. Coconut, originating from the United States and the United Kingdom, as well as New Zealand and Australia, to target Hispanic, Latinos, or Southeast Asians. Named after the coconut in the American sense, it derives from the fact that a coconut is brown on the outside and white on the inside. A person of Hispanic, Latino, or Southeastern Asian descent who is seen as being assimilated into white American culture. It also targets South Asians, as in a brown person of South Asian descent is perceived as a fully assimilated into Western culture. It also refers to Pacific Islanders, but there is no definition. Polano, originating from Brazil to target Italian Brazilians and German Brazilians, although it is not generally considered as an insult in the other parts of Brazil. In Rio Grande do Sul, it is considered pejorative because it is considered an offensive nickname similar to capira, and is given to those who are native to the Rio Grande do Sul countryside, who are descendants of Italians or Germans who have a strong accent compared to those who are native to the state's capital, Porto Alegre. Cono, originating from Chile to target Spanish people. used in to refer to Spanish people given the perception that they are recurrently use the vulgar interjection. Hunt. Coolie, originating from the United States and Canada, targets Asian people, usually Chinese and Indo-Caribbean people. Unskilled Asian labor, possibly from the Mandarin word meaning day labor. Also, racial epithet for Indo-Caribbean people, especially in Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, and South African Indians. Coon or Coonie, used in the United States and the Commonwealth to describe black people. Slur popularized by coon songs played by minstrel show, originally associated in the 1830s with the United States Whig Party, who used a raccoon as their emblem. The Whigs were more tolerant towards blacks than other main parties. After the party folded, the term coon evolved from political slang into a racial slur. Within African American communities, the word has been used to refer to black persons who is allegedly a sellout. It also comes from Australia to target Aboriginal Australians without definition, as well as New Zealand to target Pacific Islanders without definition. Coonass or coonass from the United States to target Cajun people, not to be confused with the French canassi, meaning cunt. Carano, originating from Chile to target Chinese and Japanese people without definition. Cotton picker, originating from the United States, individuals of African descent, including African Americans and Cape Coloreds or just coloreds, historically referred to someone who harvested cotton by hand, often used in the context of American slavery when enslaved black people were forced to pick cotton on plantations. The phrase originally referred to the actual occupation of picking cotton on plantations in the American South, but that it later became a racial slur used to denigrate people of African descent, including African Americans and Cape Coloreds or just coloreds. Cracker, originating from the United States, white people, especially poor Appalachian and Southern people, entered general use in the United States as a pejorative for white people, though may be used neutrally in context. Can specifically refer to white settlers, as with Florida and Georgia crackers. Crow, originating from the United States to target black people, without definition. Cruco or Krucka, coming from Italy to target German people. The name was first given during the First World War to the troops of the Austro-Hungarian army of Croatian and Slovenian ethnicity. Later, the term was used to indicate the Germans. Culchi, originating from Ireland to target rural Irish people, applied by townspeople or city folk as a condescending or pejorative reference to people from rural areas. Surapai, originating from Paraguay, targeting Argentines, a common term used by people from Paraguay for people from Argentina. It means pig's skin. Curry muncher, originating from Australia, Africa, New Zealand, United States, and Canada to target South Asian people. There is no formal definition. Kushi or Kushi from Israel to target dark-skinned people. Term originated from Kushite, referring to an individual from the ancient kingdom of Kush, which was also mentioned in the Hebrew Bible, generally used to refer to people usually from African descent. Originally merely descriptive, present-day Israel it increasingly assumed a pejorative connotation and is regarded as insulting by Ethiopian Israelis and by non-Jewish sub-Saharan African migrants. Sub-Saharan African migrant workers and asylum seekers in Israel. Żarnuch or Jarmucha from Poland to target black people with no definition. And that does it for the C's. A, B, and C took me 35 minutes to go through. Jesus Christ alive. I'm going to call it there. If you want to see part 2, like the video.